Welcome to Whisper Places 4K, where nature hides its deepest truths in plain sight. In this journey, we follow no myth and no map, only the strange beauty Earth leaves behind when logic steps aside. Here, deserts sing, lights dance without sound, and stones move as if by an unseen hand. Waters burn where they should freeze, and science still has no answer. These are places that defy patterns, where even time hesitates to move. Every step forward reveals another mystery, carved by wind, light, or something far older. Locals speak, in whispers, calling them sacred, cursed, or blessed, but never fully explained. What we've found are not illusions, but natural wonders so unreal they remind us the Earth still holds secrets no equation can solve, and no explorer can truly claim. The journey begins here into the world's quietest mysteries. In the heart of Bangladesh's Barisal region, the guava floating market drifts gently across a network of emerald green canals, like a living ribbon of color on the water. Appearing only during harvest season, it's a fleeting world that rises with the river and vanishes when the season ends, leaving behind only ripples of memory. Boats loaded with fresh guavas, their sweet aroma mingling with the misty morning air, glide slowly along narrow waterways. Here, there are no loud vendors or flashing signs, only the murmur of conversations, the splash of oars, and the creak of wooden hulls brushing against one another. Buyers move from boat to boat, their rhythm matching the current, as if time itself flows differently in this place. Beyond its beauty, the guava floating market is a reflection of a centuries-old way of life, shaped entirely by the waterways. Generations of farmers have cultivated guava orchards in the swampy soil, using the rivers not just for irrigation, but as the main routes for trade. Long before roads reached these villages, the canals were the lifelines, carrying not just goods, but news, traditions, and stories. Even today, the skill of navigating a loaded boat through tight, bustling channels is passed down like a family heirloom. Visiting this market is like stepping into a living museum of river culture. The Pandu. Early morning light turns the water into a mirror, doubling the colors of guavas, bananas, and coconuts piled high on wooden decks. The air is thick with the scent of tropical fruit and damp earth, and occasionally you'll see farmers offering samples, a slice of crisp, pale green guava sprinkled with salt and chili, a taste that captures the essence of the region. What makes the guava floating market so remarkable is how it remains untouched by the frantic pace of modern commerce. Transactions are personal. A smile, a nod, and a few words are all it takes to seal a deal. The market is not just a place to buy and sell, it's a social gathering, a cultural heartbeat, and a reminder that trade can be as much about connection as it is about goods. For those who come here, it's not simply a market on water. It's an experience where the river itself is the storyteller, carrying the history, flavors, and spirit of Barisal with every gentle current. The Nazca lines, etched across the arid plains of southern Peru, are among the world's most enigmatic archaeological wonders. From ground level, they seem like faint scratches on the desert floor, but from above, they transform into immense figures, hummingbirds, monkeys, spirals, and perfectly straight lines stretching for miles. Created more than 2,000 years ago by the Nazca culture, their scale and precision are astonishing, especially considering there were no aircraft, satellite imagery, or modern measuring tools at the time. Even today, with drones and aerial photography, experts still debate their exact purpose. Some researchers believe the lines were ceremonial pathways used in rituals to honor deities linked to water and fertility, a vital concern in such a dry climate. Others suggest they were a form of astronomical calendar, aligning with the solstices or specific star constellations. Standing here, gazing over the desert plateau, it's hard not to feel the weight of centuries of speculation. The sheer size of some figures, with wingspans or tails stretching hundreds of feet, hints at planning and communal effort on a scale far beyond simple decoration. What's remarkable is how the desert itself has preserved them. The combination of stable climate, minimal rainfall, and the oxidized red pebbles covering lighter sand beneath has kept these designs intact for millennia. It's as if nature itself decided to safeguard a message, one that still resists a full translation. Walking along the nearby viewing towers or flying in a small plane over the lines, visitors often describe a strange mix of awe and humility, realizing they are looking at a canvas made for the eyes of the sky. Local legends add another layer of wonder. Some say the lines were drawn to be seen by gods watching from above. Others believe they mark sacred meeting points between the earth and the heavens. Whether they were messages, maps, or prayers written into the land, the Nazca lines invite us to think about human creativity, spirituality, and the desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. Here in the desert silence, with the wind sweeping over an ancient canvas, the mystery feels alive, as if the earth is still, holding its secrets, waiting for someone to listen. High in the Taurus Mountains of southeastern Turkey, Mount Nemrut rises like a forgotten altar beneath the endless sky. At its summit, enormous stone heads, remnants of statues once towering over visitors, stare silently across the horizon. Built over 2,000 years ago by King Antiochus I of Commagene, this mountaintop sanctuary was intended to unite heaven and earth. The king declared himself divine, placing his own likeness among those of Greek, Persian, and Armenian gods, symbolizing the blending of cultures along this ancient crossroads. The heads, now scattered from their bodies, are weathered by centuries of wind and snow, yet their expressions remain calm, as if patiently waiting for some celestial alignment. When dawn breaks, the entire summit glows in golden light. The shadows of these colossal figures stretching across the gravel terraces. This moment, considered one of the most beautiful sunrises in the world, draws travelers who hike in the dark to witness the first rays touch the mountain. The engineering feat of transporting these massive stones to over 2,100 meters above sea level still puzzles historians. The sanctuary's layout, aligned with the solstices and equinoxes, suggests a deep astronomical purpose beyond mere royal vanity. Mount Nemrut is more than an archaeological site. It is a place where myth, religion, and political ambition intertwine. From here, you can see across the Euphrates Valley, understanding why Antiochus chose this remote yet commanding location. The site reflects the king's desire for immortality, not just in stone, but in the alignment of his memory with the cosmos. Local legends speak of the mountain as a meeting point of gods, a sacred threshold where the mortal world brushes against the divine. Visiting Mount Nemrut is both a physical and emotional journey. The thin mountain air, the silence broken only by wind, and the ancient faces watching from the terraces create an atmosphere of timelessness. Standing here, you sense that this is not just a monument to a king, it is a monument to human ambition, belief, and the enduring mystery of why we build such wonders in the first place. Furka Pass, rising over 2,400 meters in the heart of the Swiss Alps, is one of those mountain crossings where every bend feels like a step deeper into another world. The air here is thinner, crisp, and tinged with the scent of alpine grass, while the silence is so pure it almost hums in your ears. The road threads its way through snow-dusted peaks and sheer rock faces, a silver ribbon carved into stone. In the colder months, patches of ice cling stubbornly to the shadows, and the wind carries a sharpness that awakens every sense. Glacial cliffs stand watch on either side, and deep valleys drop away without warning, opening to vast panoramas that seem endless. This route has long been more than just a way across the mountains, it's a bridge between cultures and histories. Furka Pass once formed part of key trade routes, and before the tunnels and highways of modern Switzerland, it was a lifeline for merchants and travelers braving unpredictable weather. Driving here today still requires respect. Even with modern engineering, the road's tight hairpins demand attention, especially when fog curls down from the peaks and swallows the view. The nearby Rhine Glacier, which you can approach from the pass, has been both a scientific curiosity and a tourist draw for centuries. Wooden walkways lead you close enough to feel the icy breath of a glacier that has been retreating slowly with the changing climate, a sobering reminder of how fragile these ancient landscapes can be. For photographers and nature lovers, Furka Pass offers one of the most dramatic perspectives in the Alps. In summer, alpine wildflowers carpet the slopes in yellows and purples, while in autumn the light turns golden, casting long shadows across the stone. For many, the most magical moment is when clouds break unexpectedly, revealing a stretch of road disappearing into the horizon. The kind of view that makes you stop not just to take a picture, but to simply stand still and breathe. Here, you feel the timeless rhythm of the mountains, the slow grind of ice, the whisper of wind through rock, and the quiet persistence of life clinging to the edges of stone. Furka Pass is not just a crossing, it's a journey through nature's raw poetry, where every curve in the road invites you to listen a little closer to the Alps themselves. Damnon Siduak Floating Market, nestled in Thailand's fertile plains, feels like stepping into a living postcard, color, fragrance, and tradition blending seamlessly on the water. Wooden boats, heavy with ripe mangoes, coconuts, durians, and fragrant spices, drift along narrow canals in a slow, graceful dance. Merchants, many of them locals who have been plying these waters for generations, call out softly to passers-by or exchange goods from boat to boat, their smiles as warm as the morning sun. The gentle lapping of oars against the water mingles with the scent of sizzling coconut pancakes and aromatic bowls of noodle soup being cooked right on the boats. Here, commerce is not a rush transaction, it's a social ritual shaped by centuries of river life. Beyond the vibrant surface, Damnon Siduak is a living museum of Thai water culture. The canals, or klongs, were originally dug in the 19th century under King Rama IV's reign to facilitate trade and agriculture, connecting rivers and farmlands. Today, the market retains its old-world charm, even as it draws travelers from around the globe. For visitors, it's a chance to witness the timeless rhythm of life on water, a rhythm where the day's pace is set by the current, not by clocks. Locals skillfully maneuver their flat-bottomed boats, balancing loads of produce with practiced ease while still finding time to chat, laugh, and share stories. A deeper appreciation comes when you realize that this isn't just a market. It's the heart of a community. Every exchange, every shared meal on a swaying boat is part of a cultural tapestry that has survived modernization. For many vendors, their stalls are their family heritage, handed down from parents and grandparents. Some can recall the days when the market was the lifeline for nearby villages, long before highways and supermarkets arrived. The experience invites you to slow down. Instead of rushing to buy souvenirs, you linger to watch the way sunlight catches the ripples, or how the reflections of palm trees dance on the water's surface. It's a reminder that Dannon Sarawak isn't just about what you can take home. It's about the feeling you carry with you, of a place where life flows as naturally as the canal itself. Tam Kok, often called Halong Bay on land, unfolds like a living painting in the heart of Ninh Binh province. The Ngo Dong River winds its way through dramatic limestone karsts, their towering faces draped in lush vegetation and glowing softly in the morning light. Small sampan boats, rowed skillfully often by the feet of local women, glide silently along emerald waters. Passing through dark, echoing caves, visitors are greeted by sudden bursts of light, revealing hidden temples and rice paddies framed by the stone giants. The air is still, broken only by the sound of oars dipping into water and the distant call of birds, as if nature has slowed time itself. Beyond its beauty, Tam Kok holds deep cultural and spiritual meaning. The name translates to three caves, referring to Hangka, Hanghai, and Hanbi, natural tunnels carved by the river through solid rock over millions of years. Locals believe these caves are guarded by mountain spirits, a reverence that has endured through generations. Villagers still cultivate the fertile land along the banks, planting rice that ripens into a golden sea each harvest season, creating a breathtaking contrast against the gray cliffs. Many homes keep small altars to honor the mountains, a tradition blending Buddhism, ancestor worship, and ancient animist beliefs. Visiting Tam Kok is not just a sightseeing trip, it is a journey into Vietnam's rural heart. The slower pace of life here offers a rare glimpse into traditions untouched by rapid modernization. Rowers may share stories of floods, family histories, or legends tied to the karsts. Seasonal changes transform the scenery. In spring, tender green shoots line the water's edge. In summer, lotus flowers bloom like floating lanterns. In autumn, golden fields shimmer under the sun. Photographers find endless inspiration, while those seeking peace discover a natural sanctuary. Tam Kok is more than a destination. It is a harmony of water, stone, and human life. A place where the land itself tells stories too old for words. Rainbow Mountain in Peru, also known as Vinicunca, rises high in the Peruvian Andes like a natural canvas painted by the earth itself. Its slopes are streaked with vivid reds, yellows, greens, and purples, colors born from mineral-rich soils, shaped over millions of years. From a distance, the mountain appears almost unreal, as if it had been brushed onto the horizon by the hands of ancient gods. As you ascend, the air grows thin at an altitude of over 5,000 meters, and each step offers a more surreal view than the last. Science explains its beauty through layers of sedimentary minerals, iron oxide for reds, sulfur for yellows, and copper compounds for greens, but standing before it, the sight feels far greater than geology alone. Local Quechua communities have long considered this place sacred, tied to stories of the Apus mountain spirits believed to protect the land and its people. For them, Rainbow Mountain is not just a geological wonder, but a living guardian. Travelers who visit often feel a profound connection here, not only with nature but with the deep cultural roots that still thrive in the surrounding villages. You may encounter herders guiding llamas across the slopes, or women in traditional dress offering coca tea, a local remedy to help with altitude. Visiting Rainbow Mountain is both a physical and emotional journey. The trek is challenging, with unpredictable weather, bright sunshine one moment, snowfall the next, but that only deepens its sense of mystery. The thin, crisp air carries a silence broken only by the wind, making the view from the summit even more striking. Looking out across the Andes, you see rolling valleys, snow-capped peaks, and the shifting play of light across the mountains. Stripes, a scene that feels timeless. Many travelers describe the moment they first see Rainbow Mountain in person as transformative. Photographs capture its colors, but not the way the landscape seems to hum with quiet power. Here, you realize that nature still holds the ability to surprise us, to create beauty that defies expectations and remains beyond the reach of even the most advanced human design. Rainbow Mountain is not simply a place to see, it's a place to feel, to breathe in, and to carry with you long after you leave. Rising from a small tidal island where three great sea locks meet, Donan Castle stands as one of Scotland's most photographed and romantic landmarks. Its weathered stone walls, some more than 700 years old, have witnessed clan feuds, royal alliances, and centuries of Highland history. In the early morning, the castle often emerges from a veil of mist, its reflection mirrored on the still waters below, creating a scene so striking it feels like a painting come to life. The arched stone bridge that links the island to the mainland is itself a passage into the past, leading visitors into halls where echoes of footsteps seem to linger from long ago. Much of the castle's current form is the result of careful restoration. In the early 20th century, after lying in ruins for nearly 200 years, it was Clan MacRae who rebuilt it, honoring its legacy as a stronghold that once guarded the Western Highlands from Viking raids and rival clans. Inside, the rooms are intimate yet steeped in grandeur. Wood-paneled walls, antique furniture, and displays of historic weapons offer a glimpse into the lives of those who defended these walls. But Donan Castle is more than stone and history. It's a symbol of Scotland's enduring spirit. Set against a backdrop of rugged hills and shifting skies, it captures the essence of the Highlands, beauty touched by mystery. Standing on the battlements, the wind carries the scent of salt and heather, and the distant call of seabirds blends with the gentle lap of water against the island's edge dot. It has also found its place in popular culture, appearing in films, documentaries, and countless travel photographs. Yet nothing compares to experiencing it in person. The changing light transforms its mood from golden warmth to brooding drama within minutes, reminding visitors that in the Highlands, nature is as much the storyteller as history itself. For travelers, Donan is not just a destination, it is a living link to Scotland's soul, where every stone seems to hold a secret, and every view tells a story. Sai Rang Floating Market in Vietnam is one of the most vibrant and authentic river markets in Southeast Asia. Located in the heart of the Mekong Delta, every morning, as the first light breaks over the horizon, dozens of wooden boats gather on the river, their decks piled high with tropical fruits, vegetables, and other local goods. The air is cool and filled with the gentle hum of conversation, the splashing of paddles, and the soft engine sounds of small boats weaving through the current. Farmers from nearby orchards bring freshly harvested produce sweet pineapples, juicy mangoes, fragrant durians directly from their gardens to the water, turning the river into a moving tapestry of color and aroma. What makes Tisarang truly special is its rhythm. There is no rush, no loud bargaining as in city markets. Vendors advertise their goods by hanging samples on long poles, so buyers can spot what each boat offers even from a distance. This tradition has been part of the market for generations, allowing trade to flow smoothly without unnecessary noise. Visitors often enjoy breakfast right on the water bowls of steaming noodle soup, fresh coffee brewed in small floating kitchens, immersed in the daily life of the Delta Dot. Beyond its charm as a trading hub, Sairang Floating Market is a living piece of cultural heritage. It reflects the intimate relationship between the people of the Mekong Delta and their waterways, where rivers are not just a means of transport, but the center of community life. For centuries, these markets have connected farmers, fishermen, and traders across a vast network of canals, sustaining both livelihoods and traditions. Yet, change is inevitable. In recent years, modern roads and bridges have altered the way goods are transported, and the number of boats at Sairang has decreased compared to its peak. Still, the market remains a must-see for travelers seeking an authentic glimpse of Delta life. Watching the sun rise over the river, feeling the mist on your face, and hearing the quiet exchanges between vendors and buyers is like stepping into a timeless scene. It's a place where history flows with the water and where each boat carries not just goods, but the enduring spirit of the Mekong. Zagora, a small yet storied town in the heart of Morocco's vast Sahara, sits like a whisper against the horizon where golden dunes meet an endless sky. Known historically as the gateway to the desert, its name once marked the legendary sign that read, Tombouctou 52 days by camel. Even today, this phrase lingers in the minds of locals and travelers alike, a reminder of the epic trans-Saharan caravans that once passed through here, carrying salt, gold, and stories between North and West Africa. Walking its quiet streets, you can almost hear the soft thud of camel hooves and the low murmur of traders bargaining in a dozen languages. The journey to Zagora itself feels like stepping into another time. Roads wind through valleys edged with ancient kasbahs, past date palm oases that shimmer like green mirages in the desert heat. The Dra River, Morocco's longest, flows nearby, nurturing one of the country's most fertile valleys. Its palm groves are not just beautiful. They have sustained life here for centuries, providing dates that were once a vital resource for long desert journeys. Beyond the town, the dunes of Tinfu rise like gentle waves of sand, glowing orange at sunrise and deep gold at sunset. It's a place where the desert breathes differently, its silence vast, yet strangely alive. At night, the sky above Zagora transforms into a living map of the heavens. Free from city lights, the stars seem impossibly close, their light reflecting off the sand in a quiet, almost sacred glow. Many visitors describe this as one of the most profound experiences of their travels, a moment when time feels suspended and the immensity of the Sahara becomes deeply personal. Life here moves to the rhythm of the desert, slow, deliberate, and in harmony with the elements. The call to prayer drifts softly from the town's mosques, mingling with the wind that carries the scent of mint tea and wood smoke. For those who linger, Zagora reveals its deeper truth. It is not merely a starting point for desert adventures, but a meeting place of history, culture, and nature. It's where ancient trade routes converge, where Berber traditions still thrive, and where the desert continues to shape the lives and spirits of those who call it home.